Wouldn't trading be easier if there were visual representations for where a stock is likely to go next? Luckily for us, there is. We are going to cover 3 different indicators in this video that visualize momentum, direction, and strength. And if you think all of that looked a bit hard to read, so did I. So I created a custom indicator that combines the other 3 indicators into one easy to read dot plot. But before we cover that custom indicator, let's go over the 3 indicators we're going to talk about in today's video so that you have a full idea of what we are looking for. Stocks move in waves. Right now, we're looking at the S&P 500 chart, which, as you all probably know, has basically gone straight up forever. But while going straight up, you still notice down waves, down wave, down wave, down wave, over and over and over again. And our first indicator, the MACD histogram, is the best visual representation of these waves and allows us as active traders to take advantage of them. You'll notice here, when you begin to get this move down in the stock price, you'll notice that the MACD histogram goes red that entire time. Then on this bar here, you get a descending red value. That's when this red bar turns darker because it is down less than it was the bar before. Hey, potentially we are getting a momentum switch here. That happens on this candle. That continues to decrease, goes into ascending green bars before eventually its first descending green bar here on this candle. So from here to here, you are getting bullish picture painted on the MACD histogram wave indicator. The second indicator we're going to cover is the stochastics, and specifically stochastic fast. I want quick reacting representation of the direction of the stock. Remember, direction is what we are visually representing using this indicator. And reading this one is really easy. Basically, if the value is low, stock direction is likely to be down. If the value is high, stock direction is likely to be up. You notice that to be true here with this up move, and you notice that to be true here with this down move. The third and final indicator we'll cover before getting into how you combine the indicators to build trading strategies is RSI. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. Of course, as we said in the intro of this video, we'll use this indicator as our visual representation for strength. Once again, very easy to read. If down, strength of stock is down. If up, strength of stock is up. There are 2 major foundations from which you build a trading strategy off of. It's either going to be a continuation trading strategy or a reversal trading strategy. So I will show you how you can utilize these 3 indicators for both of those trade styles. Let's start with continuation. Of course, with continuation, you are buying strong stocks, hoping that they continue to be strong. So we can pretty easily use these 3 indicators to define strength for entrance. Let's say, is the MACD histogram green? Is the momentum bullish? Is our stochastic fast both lines above the 80 high line here? Is the direction pointing upwards? And for our relative strength index, are we above 50? Is the stock strong in the bullish direction? All 3 of those things are true here on this candle. Then for the exit, I would make use of the stochastic fast indicator, our direction indicator. Hey, when the direction starts pointing the other way, let's go ahead and get stopped out of this thing. So when both stochastic lines are below that 80 value, let's go ahead and get stopped out of this trade. That occurs on this candle during this trade for about a 7.5% win in about a week and a half. Very nice. Then you would move on, you'd watch, and you notice here, hey, we got a green MACD, but the stochastic fast never really gets during this chop here, never really gets to the point where they are both above 80, where the red is above the purple and both are closing above 80 solidly. So you would signify this as, hey, the direction is choppy. It's not real bullish. Let's not enter this thing for a continuation trade. Then you do get on this candle here a very strong stochastic, the red line much above the purple line and both above 80. That happens here on this candle. Obviously the MACD is green and the RSI is well above 50. So you would be entering this trade around here. And honestly, you would still probably be in this trade. Maybe you would have exited, maybe right about here. Both lines are below 80. Let's just say you did exit. I think maybe both lines are below 80 here. If I look at the value, yeah, one is at 77, one is at 75, if you see it here behind my big head. So let's say you did exit here, and that was a, what was that? That was another 7.5% roughly win in 15 trading days. Now let's move into a reversal strategy utilizing these three indicators on this same selection of stock data. So for the reversals on the MACD histogram, I'm going to say let's be red, let's be below the zero line, but starting to turn. So this dark red MACD histogram, that is our entrance on this indicator. Next, the fast stochastic must both be below our low 20 line, and our RSI must be less than 50. So those three things are all true here on this bar. And this time, whenever you're trading reversals, you really want to set up a quick take profit, right? Hey, this thing was weak. Let's buy the weakness. Let's kind of look to get out on the first bounce. Rather than letting it run on the continuation strategy, we let it run until we saw weakness on the reversal exit strategy. The way I go about it, at least, is I want a quick take profit. So for this one, let's say when both values of the stochastic fast get back above 80, let's sell. That happens here on this bar for an 11.5% gain in 5 trading days. So now let's talk about this custom dot plot. What this is representing, these 3 lines here below your top line are representations of those 3 indicators we just went over. This second line here, MACD histogram. This middle line, stochastic fast. This bottom line, RSI. Now, I'm not using the default values that we just covered in the indicators themselves. So I had shifted some of the parameters and the values that we're pulling here in order to make this indicator even better, right? For example, the default MA lengths on your MACD histogram, I believe, are 12 and 26. I'm using 6 and 13. And I have switched up some other stuff for the other indicators as well, such as pulling average value of the stochastic fast over the last 3 bars rather than right now, etc., etc. Anyway, not to get too deep into the complex technicals of it, what the indicator is representing is, once again, is utilizing those momentum, direction, and strength indicators just to more easily paint the direction of a stock on your chart, and all within one easy to read indicator, so that you don't have to have all those 3 on and trying to dissect exactly what's going on. Nope. If it's bullish, in this case, you get a green dot. If it's bearish, you get a red dot. Now, what this top line is representing is overall momentum. And it's doing that by using the values of the lower lines. So if every dot except for one is red, then you get a red upper dot. If every dot except for one is green, then you get no dot representing chop. And if all the dots are green, you get green. So it's just an easy way to get a quick look at, hey, is this stock bullish or is this stock bearish? Once again, based on the calculations of the other 3 indicators. So let's once again talk about the 2 trade strategies, continuation and reversals, but now utilizing these dots instead. Over to the left side of the chart here, let's just say here you get the first dot turning green up top. So say you get long, you immediately sort of get a chop dot, but we're not going to get stopped out because of a chop dot. We will hold and hold and hold until we get red. We get sold here for 7.4%. Cool. It chops for a couple bars. Then everything turns green again. Great. We're going to go ahead and get long once again on our continuation idea. This thing is strong. Let's buy it. Goes, goes, and goes. And unfortunately, we get a red candle here, but you wouldn't complain too much as that is a 19% profit. Then, of course, it does go back to green the next day. NVIDIA gaps up and starts running again. That's up to you. You would have to decide your risk tolerance. Do you want to get right back in or do you not? But if you did, of course, you would get another nice 13.5% run on the back there. Now let's talk reversals. I think a great way to utilize this indicator to do this is, let's say you get a run of red bars in a row. You get 6 or 7 red dots in a row. The first time that you get a no dot, that is your reversal signal out of a harsh dip. You can go ahead and get long. Then the exit, once again, up to you, but you can either sell the first green indication you get. In this example, you'd make 9.8% in 2 days. Pretty dang nice. I mean, this is, of course, NVIDIA, a very volatile bullish ticker right now. Or you can wait until the first red, as you do with the longs, and you would still make 6.5% in this example. Now, as forementioned, I did utilize NVIDIA for those examples, which is, of course, an extremely bullish stock. I did pick myself a nice settings to highlight my ideas, but you can take a look at any subset of data on any ticker and within any time frame, and you will notice this indicator helps to give you a clear and concise idea of the current direction of a stock. This indicator, along with over 70 other custom-coded indicators, scanners, and even trade strategies, are all available to import into your thinkorswim platform from my website, daytradingstrategies.net. All you need to do, come into studies. You would, of course, scroll down to where it says dot plot and dot plot v2. You simply copy this share link back within your thinkorswim, set up in the top right, open shared item, paste in that link, preview, and import. Once you do that, the DTS dot plot studies will show in your edit studies modal. So ask yourself, do you think that indicator you just saw could help you make an extra $35? You have to answer that question. I'm not legally allowed to answer it for you, but if you do, then signing up to my site is, of course, positive ROI for you. It is a monthly subscription, as I am always adding and updating new codes. So if you would like to remain on top of ever-changing market conditions, then remain subscribed, less you can easily cancel at any time with just a couple of clicks under the My Account tab. So you're definitely not locked in or anything either if you would just like to access the current studies. Daytradingstrategies.net, link in the description down below. Go check it out, sign up, become a better trader today. We're going to wrap up with something pretty cool here. So that continuation strategy that I covered with these 3 indicators, well, I actually built it within Think or Swim. So you can now see on the chart plotted your entrances and exits that we covered during the video. Now, it does end up kind of taking some of these ugly chop trades as well that I said maybe you would avoid because the stochastic fast doesn't look nice and clearly above 80. But hey, the objectivity of the strategy did lose a couple of trades in there as well, but offset obviously by the nice winners. And another one of my custom coded studies available on my website, wink, wink, is my backtest data, and you can see that information here. Obviously, it's not like the best strategy of all time, but I was just trying to explain these indicators to you. And even just in building something quickly while explaining the indicators to you, we got something profitable, which is kind of crazy. And just for S&Gs, I also built out the reversal strategy where the MACD begins curling up while the stochastic and RSIs are low. Then we sell into the bounce painted by the stochastic. As you can see as well, this strategy is also profitable. Hit like if you learned something, hit subscribe if you would like to learn more. And as always, if you would like to access the dot plot, check out the website linked in the description down below. With all that being said, I'll catch you on the next one.